first hit was the Chopsticks, right?
Right.
And did you sign to somebody then once you got Chopsticks?
Yeah.
I know you got the manager.
Yeah, once I had got Chopsticks, I want to say in like December of 2018, Atlantic. First of all, this is what I'm gonna tell you about get your business straight.
Yeah.
All right, so let's break it down here.
Help them out, man.
I end up having like a fallout with my manager that I was signed to. I end up getting cool with Rich the Kid, right?
Yep.
I got real cool with Rich the Kid. I was staying with Rich like every day. I was staying with Rich, like at the crib, wake up, go to the studio, record. Me and Rich making music together, dropping videos together, everything. I ended up getting cool with Rich. And this one, I didn't even, first of all, to my knowledge, I wasn't signed to no label. All I know was I was doing business with my manager. Me and him ended up having a fallout. So Rich was on some like, what that, like, well, bro, like, I'm going to sign you. I'm going to take you to get the bag from Interscope, whatever, with the band, like, we're going to go get the money, and I'm going to make sure you straight all the way. I was a kid again, so I'm like, fuck it. Man, look, Rich got this car. Rich got big truck coloring it, Maybach, everything. Like,
with the
yeah, like,
BBLs.
I'm like, he got to know what he talking about.
Got to.
So I'm like, I'm going over here with Rich.
Right.
So, I remember I go to New York with Rich. I'm in New York with Rich. Rich took me to, I want to say Interscope. He was trying to give me a deal with his manager, Manny. His lawyer was Adam Zeal, which is my lawyer now. And I got Rich lawyer now. So we trying to strike a deal. Me and Rich take a picture in Interscope office. So then, like, I want to say, like, the picture didn't get posted nowhere, and I don't even know how these folks got the picture. Like 30 minutes later, I think one of the A&Rs ended up sending it to the nigga that I was signed to, my manager.
Yeah.
So he ended up texting me, sent me the picture, and like LOL, like. So I'm trying to get a deal with Interscope. Now, Rich trying to pitch me the deal, and they like, man, we can't sign him.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? They're like, man, that nigga signed to Atlantic already. I'm like, huh? Nigga, I ain't never signed no paperwork, no nothing. How the fuck am I signed to Atlantic?
Yeah.
So Rich like, bro, you signed to Atlantic? I'm like, hell no. They're like, man, these folks said you signed to Atlantic. So the lawyer that I got, the person I'm signed to, he ended up appointing me the lawyer.
Right.
So it was like basically like his lawyer. I was a kid. Like I didn't know I needed a lawyer when I signed paperwork. So long story short, while we going under the paperwork, while I was signing like the management deal with the manager, I ended up signing my power of attorney away. The worst thing in the world I could do.
Not the power of attorney.
I signed my power of attorney away to him. So long story short, he ended up signing me to Atlantic.
On his
At
own.
this point, I don't have to physically sign. He got my power of attorney. He can sign it. So he signed me to Atlantic. So I was signed to Atlantic. I didn't know. So Rich was like, yeah, man, they saying you signed to Atlantic. We can't do nothing. So I'm like, damn.
And you ain't got no bread from the Atlantic signing or nothing?
I didn't get bread from the Atlantic signing until I got back cool with that manager.
And you had a conversation about it?
And we had a conversation. I'm like, damn, bro, like, I'm signed. How the f*** nigga, I even went on the internet like, man, this nigga signed me to Atlantic. How the f*** I'm signed to Atlantic? I ain't never signed no deal with Atlantic.
Right.
So it got to a point, he ended up calling like, bro, you cannot be doing that on the internet, bro. Like, they gave you a check, bro. I ain't give you the check yet because, like, we fell out. But, like, they trying to drop you if you don't stop doing this shit that
now
you
all of a
doing
sudden
on the
the magical check appeared when I got them verbalize something.
So he like, man, they trying to drop you from, they're trying to drop you if you don't stop doing this shit that you doing on the internet. Like, I'm like, all right, chill, I need some money. Shit,
yeah, so can I get my
like,
check?
Like, me and Rich, like, that's why, like, Rich kept it real with me. Like,
yeah.
Rich was having, like, shows.
Yeah.
Rich ain't owe me no, like, loyalty for he paying me, like, on some music shit, like, 2-3 months when we only knew each other. Rich was doing shows. He was bringing me to his shows and giving me money out his back end. He like, little bro, like, you want to perform a song to him? Like, yeah. Like, he'll let me perform a song and he giving me money, like, off his back end. Like, they'll pay him and, like, he'll, like, man, here go, like, 5,000-10,000, like, off my back end.
That's mean right there.
Yeah, like, Rich was doing shit like that.
Don't do that now.
Exactly. Like, he ain't have to do that. He was just keeping it real. Like,
shout out to Rich.
Nah, for sure. Shout out to Rich for that shit. But, like, long story short, I ended up signing with Atlantic officially. I ended up going to the office, finally meeting everybody, and end up, like, officially signing to them.
Now you going there, and they been had you, but now you're getting the full extravaganza.
Exactly. So that's how that was.
Yeah. So we got to ask, organically speaking, how much was that check, brother, they gave you?
I ain't gonna lie, it was like $2 million.
Damn.
$2 million.
Hold on, brother.
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy? It might have been more than that, but that's just all I seen.
That's what they gave you.
Yeah.
In your pocket, you got $2 million.
Like, my check didn't say Atlantic Records. It said my manager.
Ooh, he might got a.
Exactly.
So what you think he got?
So he could have got a 10.
Hey, he gave you a little
and
2.
gave me a 2. And it would have been that. Because
it had to be way more. You got 2.
Exactly.
And you ain't knowing he was holding for all that time.
like when I just really sat back and thought about it, like once I got older and like stepped back from the situation, like
Shit.
every time it came to a point where it was like, all right, I'm about to drop a project or I'm about to drop a song, I need money from Atlantic.
Yeah.
They'd be like, all right, I'm finna call Atlantic and get you the money.
He get it first.
Yeah, like all my checks came from him. It never came from Atlantic Records. Like, so this where it came out to the point where like 2021, 2020, I had to end up like a fallout with Atlantic. And it wasn't really nothing with Atlantic. Like, it was just to the point like, all right, like, I don't even know y'all like that. Like, like y'all got us as a collective, me, Namir, and Corday.
And they got all y'all.
Y'all got all us as a collective, but I don't really know y'all like that. Like, the only person I knew from Atlantic, for real, like a close relationship with from Atlantic was my A&R Success. And it's like, all right, if I'm signing y'all, why I can't pick the phone up and call and be like, yo, I'm about to drop this. Like, I need this. Like, or I'm about to have a listening party. Can y'all be there? Like,
right.
I ain't even got my CEO number. How the f I'm signing you? I can't even call you. Or the
crazy.
person up under you.
And you still so young too.
Yeah, it's like, but this the point where I'm starting to realize, like, damn, I'm really in a up like situation. So I end up going, this is why I tell you, like, crazy how my lawyers work. So let me backtrack. Remember, I told you he appointed me the lawyer, the dude I was signed to.
Yep,
and I ain't trying to bash him or nothing, cause like this shit behind me. But I just got to put it out there.
But you got to learn. You got to, like, you helping the kids.
Yeah,
man.
I got to put it out there for like people that look up to me and like they don't get put in the same situation.
They got to know it, brother.
So when I signed him, he appointed me a lawyer. Didn't tell me the lawyer he appointed me was his ex-fiance, conflict of interest. So
big time. He
could have been under the table like, man, he a young nigga. Get him to sign
Ain't no
this
could have been.
paperwork.
Definitely was getting done now.
Exactly. Get him to sign this paperwork.
I'm going to give you a little extra goddamn Birkin.
Exactly. So when I found out, because I tried to go get with another lawyer in LA named Bruce. And Bruce was like, who you signed to? Like, James McMillan. He like, who your lawyer? I'm like, Angela Simmons. He like, what are you doing? Like, what you mean? He like, bro, he pulling up the court documents or whatever. Bro, they used to be engaged. Or I'm like, huh?
Damn.
She already knew what it was. Soon as I walked out his office, I text her, I appreciate you for everything, but I don't want to do business with you no more.
Right.
She just texted back, okay. That was it. Like, okay. Like, she kind of knew, like, sooner or later, like, this day was going to come.
Of course.
So I ended up getting with my lawyer that I got now, Adam Zia. So fast forward to 2021. This when, like, I dropped my first project, Battling My Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm having a fallout, like, with the dude I'm signed to in a label in Atlanta, because it's like, bro, like, y'all not pushing me. Like, bro, I'm signing y'all for what?
Right.
Like, y'all not pushing me, like, as an artist. I'm seeing this y'all ain't put this, y'all ain't go on a poll and staple a poster of this.
Nothing.
Like, nothing. Like, I'm seeing a billboard, everything. It's like, bro, like, and I got the budget for them to do it. They just not doing it.
Right.
Because at this time, this one, me and Namir having a fallout, right?
Yeah.
Me and Namir bumped heads, got into it.
Of course it happens.
But you know how it happened, like brothers bump heads, whatever.
Yeah.
So, mind you, they got us as a collective. So now it's like, oh shit, the collective, they doing this.
So we got to pick sides.
So it ain't no pick sides. It's like, what the we do with them now? We know how to control them as a whole, but now that everybody, Corday went this way, I went this way.
Yeah.
So it's like, how the we work them separately now? We all had share one A&R. When we fell out, we wanted our own A&Rs. We wanted our own, like, whole little team. Like, we didn't want, like, so I kind of got the end of the stick.
Yeah.
So it was a point where it was like, all right, we focusing on this right now. We gonna put you on the back end. Like, so it's like, huh? So I ended up getting to a point where I was like, you know what? I don't want to be with Atlanta no more. I go to Instagram. I'm like, man, I don't these this and that. Just right after I dropped my project. So they calling, like, man, he tripping. What he doing?
Yeah.
So it ended up getting to a point where they owed me one advance. Like, when I dropped my project, they owed me the advance.
Yep.
So it got to a point where we came into agreement, like, you know what? Let me out this contract with y'all, with Atlantic. Let me out my Atlantic contract, and y'all can keep the check. I don't want it.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, deal.
Right.
So Atlantic wrote me off, tax write-off. You know how they do,
big tax write-off.
Tax write-off. We ain't lose nothing.
Of course
tax
not.
write-off. So I'm still signed to James.
Still the manager.
The one who really, like, why the pot stirred up.
He was eating.
Exactly. So I'm not signed to Atlantic now, and he started working with other artists, but he still got me signed.
Of course.
So I keep calling my lawyer, like, man, I got to get out this contract with him. I'm sending, like, they sending letters trying to get me out. He's not responding. He's not answering. So one day it's like a year go by, a year and a half go by. I'm still signed to him. I don't want to drop no music or nothing because I don't want him making money
Yeah,
off
ain't
me.
no
Shit,
benefit on me.
like,
Yeah,
bro, like, you don't really get on me, bro. Like, you on to the next artist now. You just want to hold me in a contract for
of
what?
course.
So I end up calling my lawyer, Adam. I'm like, bro, it gotta be something like to let us out this contract. He like, you got your initial contract again? I'm like, yeah. He like, send it to me. After like a week, he texted me. He like, man, I got it. I'm like, what? It was a loophole in my contract. The loophole in my contract with him stated that come to the fact that I'm not signed to a major deal no more, that the person I'm signed to had 6 months to either be shopping me around a deal
Yeah.
or have me signed to another major label or the contract is voided. It's a year and a half now.
Oh, the jig is up.
He ain't shopped me around no deal
Yeah.
and he ain't had me signed to no label.
Right.
So we
Free
sent
man.
the paperwork to terminate the whole contract. His lawyers okayed and shit, and that was that. So that's when I became like 100% independent.
Damn, that's a lot of due diligence though.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of trial and tribulations to go through to learn all that.
Yeah.
Most people would have folded in them situations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you stood your ground, you did your research, and you learned every step of the way. Let me be on top of my lawyers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me check in. Let me ask the manager this and that. If you wasn't doing that, you'd have been up. Have no fear, Mr. Organic is here. This is Organically Speaking. Anybody out there want to do partnership, sponsorship, clothing brand marketing, water, energy drink placement, whatever you want to be a part of Organically Speaking or Mr. Organic as a brand, hit me up at ballernothingelse@yahoo.com. That's my email, or DM me directly at Mr. Organic on Instagram. That's MR Organic with a K instead of a C, one word straight across. And we're going to get that promo game through the roof. 3 ya.